Alright, we're going to be reviewing Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull today. Now, it is a cool movie. I'll throw that out right now. It's a fun movie, but it is not Raiders of the Lost Ark. But what movie can rate to Raiders of the Lost Ark, for God's sakes? You just can't beat it. Now, here's a synopsis. Indy, it's the 1950s, is thrown into area. It starts off introducing the main plot, which is very weird for an Indiana Jones movie to do, because you always have like a cool little adventure finding a completely separate artifact that he's trying to get. No, it introduces the entire main plot at the beginning, which is weird as far as Indiana Jones go, but I'm not going to hold it against it. And it's got lots of little tidbits for Indiana Jones fans, like you get to see the Lost Ark, just a little snippet of it, and it has lots of cool things for Indiana Jones fans in the movie, and it's pretty okay for people who have never seen Indiana Jones before. Of course, it will not be as good for people who have never seen Indiana Jones as people who have seen it before, but there's its also greatest weakness. People who have seen Indiana Jones before will be really, really disappointed. But it's, like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's just, it's too different. So anyway, Indiana Jones is on this quest. He meets this Shia LaBeouf, who turns out to be his son, to be all cliche about that. And he's this angsty greaser kid. Like, what would you expect out of a 50s movie? And they have to go rescue Miriam Ravenwood, who happens to be his mother, and all this crazy shit that you would have no idea what it means if you had never seen the movie before, because the chemistry is all gone. I mean, God bless Karen Allen. She does the best chemistry work. Like, she honestly looks like she still loves Indy, but Harrison Ford he seems to have forgotten how to do Indiana Jones as well as he used to be. But it's still Indiana Jones. You believe he is Indiana Jones, and it's very cool, but there's something missing. So they're fighting the commies now, but they just don't seem like very good villains. It seems to give into the whole McCarthyian idea of, oh, all Russians are evil, yeah, America, fuck yeah, and then it kills it for me, that little snippet, because the Reds are not Nazis. Nazis are perfect villains for Indiana Jones, but I guess it plays into the whole 50s feel of the movie, which it does a good job of doing. It sets itself apart from the other indie movies. It's a new time zone. It's not the 30s. It's the 50s. It's weird, but you don't have to have... But, nah. I think the greaser part was a bit much. Like, it just tried to slam it's the 1950s into your face, and like, instead of just putting it in the setting, it had to like show you, hey, this is the 1950s. It's weird, but oh, biggest snippet about Crystal Skull. Spoiler, fucking aliens. I know, weird, huh? I mean, all the other movies, they have these supernatural ancient powers that Indiana Jones must fight, and in this movie, no, it's fucking aliens. There's no supernatural aspect to the movie, which really, really disappointed me. And it's weird, like, they find this crystal, like, yeah, okay. So Indiana Jones, it builds up really nice up to this part where they actually find the crystal skull, but it happens within, like, the first hour. And the rest of the hour, they have to return the skull to the temple. And that's kind of fucking stupid, I think. All the other Indiana Jones movies, they build up so they finally find what they're looking for. And then it has the big final, like, part to it where the adventure just totally explodes and it's fucking crazy awesome. No, this movie, they're just trying to get this skull back, and they already have the thing. They're not taking it to a museum or returning it to a village. No, they're putting it there and then leave. That's about it. You don't really have any, you don't know exactly what they're doing. Because he'll return the skull. It's weird. It's very weird for an Indiana Jones movie. It's just very strange. I don't think it is any bit like the old Indiana Jones movies. It is not like our... And it's goofy. It's really goofy. I mean, Indiana Jones has always been kind of goofy. And that's what adventure is. You throw realism out the fucking window, because who wants to watch a realistic Indiana Jones movie? It'd be fucking depressing and stupid. But it seems too silly at times. Next little thing that made Indiana Jones 4 really disappointing was, at times, total abuse of CG. It was very stupid. Like, there's this ant scene now, where I don't see how else you could do ants without CGI like that. Like what they did. Right, but they totally abuse the CG. There's this one scene where Shia LaBeouf's character is swinging through the fucking jungle with a bunch of monkeys to catch up with some trucks that are moving at 45 miles an hour down a cliffside. And it's fucking goofy and stupid. It was stupid. I didn't know what the fuck was going on seeing this greaser swinging through the jungle like fucking Tarzan or something. It's so stupid. And then they actually get to the kingdom, and the Guardians, they have nothing to do with it. Like, oh, Crystal Skull, oh, we have to stay away from it. There's no, like, real fight between them, which is, oh, you don't see Indiana Jones punch anybody or him get punched by anybody else. No, like, the people there are like, who the fuck are these guys that are in the temple of the Crystal Skull? No, I don't know. Nobody really knows. They're just kind of hanging out there. It's really weird and goofy. It's a weird movie. Okay. Positive, though, it is a fun adventure movie. Just do not go there expecting it to be like the trilogy. The trilogy is set in stone. This is not a I don't even know, was a quadruped of movies. That's not even a fucking movie right there. A movie term. But it's cool. It's a fun movie. I would recommend seeing it for popcorn, some shits and giggles. But it's a cool movie. Oh. It's not bad. If you like Indiana Jones, you'll get some kicks out of it, but it's not stupendous. It's a fun movie, though. But there's no Raiders, there's no Last Crusade. I don't think it even can compare to Temple of Doom. It doesn't have this cool... It's just... it just kills itself. It tried too much stuff. It tried to wrap up Indiana Jones. There's... I don't know. Go see it. It's not bad. I may be nitpicking it, but that's what I do. It is a cool movie. I'd see it. No, that's about it. Go see it, but don't go expecting to see The Last Crusade, because it is definitely not. Alright. Peace.